All right, guys, be prepared. You're about to watch something absolutely crazy. Now, you're an agent and you generate leads. And unfortunately, a lot of agents aren't following up with the leads. Maybe you're intimidated. You're not quite sure what to say. I got the lead. Now what, right? You're waiting on them to actually call you and say, you know what? Just come over and list my home. Well, it doesn't work that way. So, what you're about to watch is a brand new system that Brian and I put together, and we're going to let you have it and use it and let us know what you think. This is our AI homeowner bot. We also have an AI buyer bot. We will be adding a FISBO and an expired homeowner, and you're going to be able to call with the numbers we provide and role play. And the levels of the bot, depending on which one you call, get a little harder, but you're going to be able to hone in your skills. These are bots that will act and sound just like a homeowner. So, guys, watch me as I demo it. I'm going to do a live demo on the bot. You're going to see me actually interface with the robot and watch how natural the conversation goes and watch and see if I'm able to book an appointment. So, guys, watch the video. Don't forget, below in the description, we've got all of the information for you to be able to access the bot and start playing around with it today. Again, just another way to bring value to you and help you break through that wall of insecurity as you're calling your leads. All right, guys, get ready. Watch what's coming up and watch me get put to the test by an AI homeowner. What is happening, everybody? So pay close attention. If you read the title to this video, this one's going to be different. We're going to show you something that I wish I had 5 years ago. Brian and I have been working hard and trying to come up with some solutions for agents on some of the hardest problems, some of the biggest obstacles as an agent in your way. And Brian, for this obstacle, an agent gets a lead in, they opt in, right? What
Yep.
is that big obstacle that just about every agent stumbles into? And this is what's keeping them from more conversations and more closings.
It's being afraid of the phones and
Yeah,
not knowing what to say when you get that lead or that prospect on the phone to start your conversation.
absolutely. And I'm an agent. I've been doing this for a long time. I got this YouTube channel. I speak to hundreds of agents a month. I have things that I sell. Brian and I, we sell things. Brian had, right? We're used to communicating. But even today, I still get the heebie-jeebies if I have to make that call, even if they've opted in and they're saying, hey, I'd like more info. It's just something about that. There's this conflict mentality like, oh, I'm going to disappoint them. Or oh, what if I stumble around and I look stupid, right? Every agent, we've all been there, right? The one mitigating factor that causes you to stay in that causality loop, that loop of never getting over it, is you don't practice. Brian, what is it our parents told us about practice?
Practice makes perfect.
Makes perfect. So pay close attention. We are going to show you live, like I'm going to do this. Brian and I are going to do this live in front of you and then show you how you can access it. So, Brian, let's talk a little bit about what
Yeah.
we put together before I actually show it and let the agents know that this is really the secret sauce to help them getting over this obstacle and stop being afraid.
Well, I think the number one thing that we found is that we recognized a problem in the industry of real estate. Now, I personally came from a corporate background. I worked for the largest banks in America. I've worked for some of the largest tech companies, including Zillow. And one thing that I got every step of the way was a very well structured, in-depth corporate training of how to handle that phone call, how to handle that discussion, and how to close at the highest level in what I'm doing. Now, Kelly, in your experience, how much of this corporate training have you found with each brokerage that's actually going to teach you how to get on the phones, handle any objection that comes your way, and close a deal?
You know, in 19 years, I can say very little. As a matter of fact, agents a lot of times at the brokerages I've been at brokerages that have their own like internal Facebook style group. Used to be called Workplace, right? We have brokerages that create these things and agents can go in. And some of the top queries that agents have are, hey, does anybody want to role play? Hey, are there any groups that we can role play with? Right? That question comes up quite a bit during the month in a lot of these broker related interior style Facebook pages. It's asked a lot. right? Agents are paying a lot of money for coaching on role playing, right? I mean, it's just, it is what it is. But you know what? We even have agents, Brian, that even today are generating solid leads and they just won't pick up the phone.
Absolutely. It's
And it's
because
our goal to help them get over that because you know what? If somebody reaches out to me, I owe it to them to call them up. And one more thing, Brian, and then jump back into what it is we built. One more thing. If you're afraid to talk to them, that usually means you lack fundamental phone skills, which it's a muscle. You just got to build it up. And then you lack cohesiveness in your offer and really who you are. Solve those problems, Katie bar the door. So, Brian, agents say, are there anybody that can do, is there any groups we can cold call and practice role playing? What did you create?
so so because we had this lack of training and a lack of understanding on how to go through this call and a desire for agents that want to continuously improve and hone this craft so that they can convert more deals. We've gone ahead and we've set up inbound voice AI bots. These are bots that you can call that will act as your client. And we have different levels of the bot. There's going to be objections in every single bot, but level one is going to be basically the laydown bot. Moving up to level five, which is going to be a bot that you have to overcome every objection that's thrown your way in order for that bot to actually book the appointment with you. Now, the goal behind this is to give everybody that wants to tune in and wants to take a little bit of self proactiveness here and hone their craft and get better. We want to give you the opportunity to reach out to these bots so that you can start getting something that you don't receive at the corporate level of your brokerage. And that's going to be phone training on how to convert at the highest level. And it boils down to overcoming those objections. So, Kelly, I'm going to kick it back to you because this is so exciting. We've been testing these for the last several weeks. We have a ton of our agents that are growing a massive amount of confidence, getting on the phones and converting their leads over when they haven't done so in the past because of these bots. So I'm actually going to kick it back to you, Kelly,
All right.
uh, because I think it's more powerful and impactful to show what we have
Yeah, I'm
versus
about to
talking
get
about
on the hot seat, Brian, and basically demo this cold call with you guys. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm doing this live, like in real time. Brian mentioned that we've got a buyer and a seller roll call bot ready to go for you guys to try out. The bots are ranked 1 to 5, 5 being just an absolute butthole bot, right? And you're going to run across those clients who are just like, I don't have time right now. Can you call me back? What are you calling? Right? We need all of that. Now, the good news right now we have buyer and seller bots, and we have a coaching program, and our agents love this in our coaching program. Next week, our coaching program is going to demonstrate how to use the bot that we're currently building to handle expired owner phone calls. So you're going to be able to role play with an expired AI bot who is already going to have all the objections and anything that you could think of as a expired homeowner, and you're going to be able to test your knowledge starting with level 1 easy all the way to level 5. And then the week after that we're going to have the FISBO bot ready to go for cold calling, for role playing. And then we're going to be also adding our cash offer chatbot, and lastly a pre-foreclosure. All right, let's do this. So, guys, check out what we've created that you guys are going to have access to. But listen, you need to watch this to the end to see how you can access this if you want to try it out. All right, let's go. I'm going to share my screen. And Brian, let's go ahead and bring up bot number 1. This is Barry Buyer. Okay. Now, we've guys, we're also, and Brian, tell them we've got scripts that we're going to put in the description.
Yep,
These are Google Docs we're going to give them that has the entire walkthrough of the objections you're going to get with the buyer, and at the bottom it gives them a little bit of a scripting they can follow with the bot, right?
that's correct.
All right, so we're going to use this bot for the buyer and we'll use this one for the seller. Now, you'll notice, guys, when I do this, that I'm probably going to vary a little bit. I'm a little bit more advanced. If you are still new at this, if you are just getting yourself acclimated, Try to follow this as best you can. The bots already are informed on what to do, and please understand they're going to try to move you along quickly or even get you off the call. So don't be intimidated by a dang robot, right? Let this be an experience for you. All right, let's get into this. And I am going to get started. Here we go. We're going to talk with Barry Buyer. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the number I want it to call. And there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up the script. And let's have Barry Buyer call us. Make sure I got the number right. 407. Yeah, yeah, we're good there. There's Barry.
Hello?
Hey, Barry, this is Kelly with Epic Realty. How are you doing?
Hey, Kelly. I'm doing all right, thanks. Just a little busy right now. What's up?
I got it, man. I think we're all busy. Things seem to be getting busier as the year goes on. Hey, I wanted to call you and give you a quick thank you. You did something the other day that absolutely put a smile on my face. So I wanted to tell you thank you so much. I put a post on Facebook and it was talking about some of the amazing programs that people can look into if they're wanting to buy a home. And you gave a gracious answer on that. So Barry, thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, no problem at all, Kelly. I'm glad it made a difference. It's always good to share helpful info, especially when it comes to something as big as buying a home.
Well, Barry, that's the reason for my call. And I promise you, I know we've not spoken before, and I'm going to be very brief, but at the end of your post, you indicated that you guys were looking at making a move at buying a home in the next 1 to 4 months. Is that an accurate statement still, Barry?
Yeah, that's right. We're definitely looking to make a move in the next few months.
That's great. Well, I've got some things I want to send you by email. And if you can give me just a minute or two, I've got a couple questions, and these questions will determine what I send you by email. And I think you're going to find the information to be quite beneficial as you guys are exploring this option. Can I ask you, when it comes to location, do you guys have an idea of where you're wanting to purchase your home? Do you have any locations in mind?
Sure, we're thinking about Queen Creek or Tempe. Those areas seem to fit what we're looking for.
Tempe's amazing. Some great deals, especially with new construction in Tempe. Barry, what matters more? Schools for your children, maybe a commuting distance, or just the vibe of the community? What seems to be kind of your hot points for you and your wife?
It's mostly about the vibe of the community. We want a place that feels welcoming and has good amenities nearby.
That's amazing. So, if you were able to find a home that had the right vibe and everything was great, price was great, negotiations, you got exactly what you wanted, what do you think is more of an accurate time frame that I mean Barry, I'm talking all the stars aligned and you had the deal of deals. How quickly would you be willing to make that move?
If everything lined up perfectly, we'd want to be in before the holidays.
Love
So,
it.
pretty soon.
So you want to be able to have Thanksgiving dinner in your brand new kitchen.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Love
It'd
it.
be great to settle in and enjoy the holidays in a new place.
I love it. So when it comes to price point, everybody's different on this, Barry. What is a general rule of thumb for you on price point? Where are you comfortable with on the purchase of this home as far as what you're going to spend?
We're comfortable up to $550,000. That's kind of the range we're aiming for.
That's great. Do you have a bedrooms and like how many bedrooms are you looking for? And what about bathrooms, things like that?
We're thinking at least 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. That should give us enough space.
Perfect. And as far as square footage, how much square footage is in your current home? And then what are you looking to do? Are you looking to buy a bigger home or a smaller home?
We're in a smaller place right now, so we're definitely looking to upgrade.
Okay, great,
Ideally,
great.
something around 2,000 square feet or more would be great.
That's excellent. All right, two quick questions, and then I'll know exactly what to send you. Number one, are you pre-approved yet? Have y'all talked with a lender since you're thinking 1 to 4 months? Have you gotten an idea of how much you guys are approved for so you know exactly what style of home to look for?
Not yet, but we're open to talking to a lender.
Okay,
It's something
great.
we know we need to get started on soon.
That's fantastic. Well, then the last question is this. I've got some things I want to send you guys, but if you guys could find a house that met every criteria, I mean, it punched off and went beyond your dream for your next dream home. And if you could look at different programs where you might be able to come in with some low interest rate specials and maybe getting a portion to all of your closing costs paid, would that be of interest to you?
Oh, absolutely. That
Great.
would be a huge help and definitely something we'd be interested in exploring.
Well, here's what I'd like to do. Number one, I would love to meet you guys, not to get you to fill out a mortgage app and not to get you to get in my car and go look at homes. I want to come meet you guys to get a better breakdown of what you're looking for so I can make sure that if I send you properties, they're going to be perfect. So I'd love to meet with you guys. Again, this is not going to be for us to sign paperwork in terms of looking at mortgages or house. I just want to break down some of the top deals I found for you, and some of those literally you could walk in with little no money out of pocket. Are you guys available Thursday at 6 p.m. or Saturday at 10:30 a.m.?
Saturday at 10:30 a.m. works perfectly for us.
Oh, that's great. Could you go ahead and confirm your email address? I'm going to give you guys an introductory email. It'll be a video and some different things that I put together. What is a good email address?
Sure, it's barry.bjoyer@gmail.com.
Excellent. Barry, thank you for taking the time to answer the call. And again, I truly am thankful for the comments you gave us on our Facebook post. And I look forward to meeting you and your wife on Saturday and talk shop and see if we can give you some valuable information, Barry. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks so much, Kelly. I appreciate the call, and I'm looking forward to Saturday. You have a great day too.
You too. Well, what'd you think?
Fantastic, Kelly. Now, I do want to state one thing on this. This is level one of the bot.
Yeah.
So each bot is going to have objections that are laid out in them. Level one has one objection. It's the first one that's going to try to kick you off the phone and get you going, saying they're busy, they don't have time right now, right? As each level progresses, the number of objections also progresses. And this goes all the way up to level 5, where you will have an objection on every question that you ask, every answer you provide, all the way till the end. And only if you overcome every single objection will you be able to book that appointment. So, Kelly, I just got to ask, with everything that you've seen from this right now, do you feel this is something that's absolutely going to be beneficial to agents and help them hone their craft to be able to close more deals?
Well, I can give you two real life examples. So, Brian, you and I have a coaching program every Wednesday. We coach agents at a high level on how to scale their business using AI, using common different strategies, and then upper tiered strategies, but we're putting it all together to give agents an unfair advantage. So, we do this every Wednesday. Well, we had an agent demo the bot, and it was level one. And he made it all the way through. But even when we were done, he was like, dang, I've been doing this for 18 years. I didn't realize how rusty I was, right? But he made it through. But you know what really, really got me? When
What?
he went in and he was able to see. Now, watch this, guys. This is one thing you're going to be able to do on your bot. So here's the bot that I just did. And it told me that that call was 5 minutes and 59 seconds, and I have the complete transcript. So you can literally go back on your bot and read what you said and then self judge yourself, self police yourself, and only get better. You can look at stuff that you said and realize maybe where you feel inadequate. You feel like maybe your knowledge wasn't up, so you were adding what we call filler words. And trust me, Brian, a client knows when you are not feeling proficient, when you don't really look authoritative in that perspective. As a real estate agent, we have to be on point. We have to know what we know about our market. We have to know what we know about our specific zip code areas. And this bot is going to help you look at that transcript and realize where your deficiencies are so that you can overcome, right? The goal, you ever watch, Brian? Now, this is probably going to date you, but back in the 70s, there was a show called Kung Fu with,
Yeah.
do you remember that guy that was on Kill Bill?
Yeah.
David Carradine, right? He
That was
was,
him.
remember him? Do you remember at the beginning of the show, there was always the old master that had pebbles in his hand?
Yeah, yeah, the Fu Manchu.
Yeah, and he said, and I'm not going to do the Chinese accent, so I don't want to offend anybody, but he's basically said, until you can take the pebbles from my hand, you cannot leave. When you can take them, you may leave. And for 19 years, until one day he grabbed the pebbles. What he did was he practiced and practiced until he literally grabbed the pebbles from the Jedi Master, if you will. And then he had to go pick up that big kettle and burn in the tattoos, which symbolize the fact that there's pain, but freedom comes after the pain. That's what the bot is. Now, not only, Brian, does it do the transcripts, but what else does it do?
Actually gives you a call recording as well. So you can listen to yourself, the conversation that you had with the AI, and you can run it back so that you know where you stumbled, where you messed up, and how you can actually improve. Now, Kelly, the recording does take about 5 minutes to load in
Right.
because the system takes some time for that to come through. The transcript is immediate, but the recording is a larger file size.
Correct.
So within about 5 minutes of actually going through and having your conversation, you'll be able to go back and listen to that chat.
So if you're an agent and you're watching this, do me a favor. At this point, if you stayed with us on the video, drop a comment. Tell us what you thought about the buyer bot experience for role play. Now, let's not stop there. Let's go ahead and jump into the seller bot.
And Kelly, let's go ahead and also show the difference in levels here. We
Okay.
jump into level 3 of the seller bot where it'll riddle in a handful of more objections and
Yeah,
be just a
sure.
little bit more difficult of a call.
Sure. All right. So there is our seller. We're going to go to level 3. Okay. And there's my script. Let's go here. This is Sharon seller. Okay. Sharon's going to be a little bit more adamant that I just don't have a lot of time right now. I just don't. And why did we do that? Because and we talked about this on Wednesday, and I brought up a point, Brian, that I thought, let me just pat myself on the back. I thought this point was amazing. And here's what I said. A lot of times the client, the seller or the buyer that you call is going to raise up the one of the number one. There's two objections that seem like you can't overcome. Well, three. One of them is we're broke, right? That's a hard one. But one of them is I just don't have enough time right now. I'm busy right now. I'm busy. That is a smokescreen because at the end of the day, what they're saying psychologically is this is what I'm telling you. I'm hoping that you will acquiesce to my demands because I really don't want to be buying anything from you right now. I just need you to go away. I don't want to buy anything. That's what the I am busy. The other one is I need to check with my spouse, right? Well, these bots, these role-playing bots are going to help you overcome every bit of that, right? You're going to see that for what it is. It's not a true objection. Very rarely does I just don't have a lot of time right now because why would they have picked up the phone if they were in the middle of a world-changing situation? Chances are, Brian, they wouldn't have picked up the phone. They just wouldn't have. So don't let that objection get you down. Ultimately, what you're trying to do is book the appointment. So now we're going to go ahead and deal with Sharon Seller. And now we're at the mid range of the bot. Let's go ahead and make a couple changes here. Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead and let's make the call and see what happens.
You have reached Sharon. I'm a little busy right now.
Hey, Sharon, thank you for picking up the call. This is Kelly with Epic Realty. How are you doing?
Hi, Kelly. I'm doing all right. Thanks. What's this about?
Well, first of all, I wanted to call and tell you thank you. The other day, you were very gracious. I had put out a post on Facebook about how home prices are starting to go up in your city, and you happened to see the post. You made a comment on it. It was very gracious, and I wanted to tell you thank you so much. Your post meant a lot to me.
Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. I'm glad my comment resonated with you. What can I help you with today?
So, one of the things you did say in the post was you were thinking that you and your husband, and you said this on the post, were looking at possibly selling your home in the next 3 to 6 months. And I just wanted to reach out and find out a little bit more information if you had about a minute or two. Are you guys still looking to sell your home in the next 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, we've been considering it, but we're still kind of weighing our options.
I got
Not
it.
set in stone yet.
Got it. Well, sometimes having options makes the ability for you to pick the correct and best home. Matter of fact, we call it your dream home. So if you have a minute, I've got a couple questions and I'd love to put together something and send it to you by email. Is that fair?
Sure, that's fair. What do
Okay.
you need to know?
So let's talk a little bit about your home because it's going to help me make sure that if you guys do put your home on the market, you're going to get top dollar. Can you give me some information? Let's start with how many beds, how many baths, and what's the square footage of your current home?
It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath home, and the square footage is about 1,800.
That's fantastic. That's a great size. Now, did you guys do any updates recently, say in the last couple of years, like the HVAC, the air conditioning system, or the roof? Anything like that you can share with me?
We haven't done anything major recently. The roof is still in good shape, and the HVAC was replaced about 5 years ago, so it's not brand new, but not too old either.
That's great. So, if you were to comment on the overall condition, is it move-in ready? Would you say average, or does it need work? Because all of that is directly attached to the value of your home. So, which one, move-in, average, or possibly needs work?
I'd say it's move-in ready. We've kept it in good condition, and there's nothing that really needs fixing.
Got it. So hypothetically, if you were to put the home on the market next week and schedule photographs, is there anything that you think you would do prior to that, like painting or cleaning or anything like that? Is there anything you can think of you would want to do before it goes on the market with pictures?
Probably just some deep cleaning and maybe touch up a few spots with paint. Nothing major, though.
That's great. So when you guys put your home on the market and you sell it, and hypothetically you are getting the money you want from it, are you purchasing another home in our city?
We're not sure yet. We might stay in the area, but we're also considering moving closer to family, which is out of state. It's still up in the air.
Got it. Got it. All right. So here's the question. There are a lot of things, there's a lot of things going on in our market right now. And a lot of these issues can directly affect the value of your home. And we've been doing this for over 19 years. And what we've done is we put together a program to help homeowners actually see what they would expect to make if they sold their home in this market. In other words, what a buyer is actually willing to pay. And for every home, that's different. Your home's going to be different than your neighbor's. What I would like to do, and understand, I am not wanting to get together and do a listing agreement and none of that. I would love to meet you and your husband for about 30 minutes. Give me, based on the information you gave me, give me some time to put together a spreadsheet on what I think your home would sell for on the top end. And then from that, I'm going to give you a breakdown of all of the fees and costs, including title company, so that you guys will have an understanding at closing what it is you would walk away from should you decide to put the home on the market in the next 6 months. Are you guys available if I came over for about 30 minutes, either Thursday at 6 p.m. or Saturday at 10:30, where I can meet you, you can meet me, I can give you this information, answer any questions you have, and then just be a resource for you down the road if you have any questions? Which of those two dates would you be able to give me to come over for about 30 minutes?
I appreciate the offer, but I'm not sure we're ready to meet just yet. Could you send me the information first so we can review it before deciding?
I would absolutely love to do that, but here's what I know. You guys, and this is just based on what you told me, you guys are thinking of putting on the market in the next 3 to 6 months, correct?
That's right. We're considering it.
Well, I would love to actually give you the information. And you know what? Here's why I like to meet. Any agent can send you something by email, but I actually would love to meet you guys because here's what I know. We might love one another. Your husband and you might think I'm the best thing since sliced bread, or you might look at me and go, I don't know if we really like him, right? And if I can remove the whole obstacle of you having to do business with me when we meet, it's just a chance for us to get together, to kind of feel each other out, give you guys the ability to actually ask me questions without the pressure of knowing I'm going to ask you to list. That is such an amazing opportunity, especially if your time frame is so short. And if I were you, I would take advantage of that because, most agents want to come in and ask for listing agreements. I just want to come meet you guys, give you the information, and then establish a connection so you feel comfortable where you can call or text me if you have a question. Is that fair?
I hear you, Kelly, and I appreciate the approach. It does sound helpful, but I'd still need to check with my husband before committing to a meeting. Would it be possible to pencil in a time tentatively, and I'll confirm after I talk to him?
Absolutely. Let's go. Do you want to do Thursday at 6 p.m. or would you like to do Saturday at 10:30?
Let's tentatively go with Saturday at 10:30 a.m.
Great.
Confirm with my husband and get back to you if anything changes.
Well, here's what I'll do, and that's perfect. That's all I can ask for. Here's what I'm going to do. Can you go ahead and confirm your email? I'm going to send you an email that you can share with your husband. It'll have a quick video of who I am and what I do and my, just everything about me. It'll talk a little bit about what makes me different. And then if you need me, you can respond back to the email. Can you verify your email for me?
Sure, it's Sharon Diamate, iller_1985 @gmail.com. Let me know if you need me to repeat that.
No, I was able to write that down. Well, listen, two quick things. Thank you again for giving me a little extra time. Thank you for the gracious comment on my Facebook post. I absolutely look forward to meeting you and your husband. And again, this is just a time for us to get together. Allow me to answer questions, share with you guys some empirical data that I think you need to see. And then from there, we'll see what happens. Is that fair?
That sounds fair, Kelly. Thanks for reaching out and for being so thorough. I'll talk to my husband and we'll see you Saturday at 10:30 a.m. unless I need to adjust.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Have a great day.
You're welcome, Kelly. You have a great day too.
There we go.
So now, Kelly, really quick, you as an agent that's been doing this for years and years and
Yeah.
years, you've spent time on the phones, you're comfortable and confident with it. How do you feel that went? What do you think about that bot? What's your personal opinion on this?
That was actually the type of call that we get all the time.
Yeah.
Even if they say we're selling in 3 to 6 months, there's a possibility they've already had postcards and calls from other realtors. There's a possibility she's left other posts on Facebook and she's being hammered on Messenger, right? So agents are all trying to get in there for that all important appointment to get that listing agreement. What I felt like she needed, and what happens in a good time, a good chunk of the calls we make, is instead of going for the kill, let's go for the relationship. And that's the approach I use with the bot. And if you'll notice, she tried to objection handle me at the beginning with time, and then she came back and said, "Let me talk to my spouse." Remember, that's one of the three we talked about. I did not think bot three was going to go that way. Usually, bot five is really bad about that. So it's telling me these bots are learning, right? But that was an absolutely in the terms of Donald Trump, that was a perfect call, right? That was actually representative, right? That was a representative call of what you would get. Hey, thank you. Let me get with my spouse and we'll get back together with you. And most of you agents probably, let's just be real, would have folded right there. But here's what I know. That bot is dead. That is not alive. I can't offend that bot. So why not practice being a little bit more authoritative, take the conversation over, but not being a butthole, and then command that bot through your inflections and your speech and what you're saying to make that appointment happen. And all that's going to happen, Brian, is the agent is going to build muscles to be able to stay consistent to get to that appointment. And that's what the bot does.
Well, now here's the real point of all of this, everybody. Number one, we know that agents are afraid of the phones, and the average agent only makes 3 follow-up attempts to their leads that they paid to generate. And if you did just 6 phone call attempts to those leads, you actually have a 90% shot at getting them on the phone. And that's per 2 case studies, one from Harvard Business Review and the other from MIT. So what we want to do is we want to give our agents the ability to hone that craft so that you're confident to make that 6 phone calls so that you can convert at a much higher level with each one of the leads that you have coming through your system. Now, with this all in mind, this was all built based off of my own ability in crafting and honing my skill as a cold caller. When I first started at Zillow, I was making on average 200 dials a day. And when I was making those 200 dials a day, I'd have roughly 6 hours of talk time where I was piecing together 30 seconds here, 4 minutes here, 10 minutes there in a conversation to get to this talk time. But what I found is as I continued to hone my craft and I overcame the initial objections that came early in the calls, my number of calls every day dropped. And I got to a point to where I was on average only doing 33 dials per day because I was able to overcome every one of those objections and keep them on the phone. And with that, I was doing 7 hours of talk time. So not only did I decrease the number of dials that I made, I increased the number of conversations that I had and the length of that conversation, which led to a better built relationship, which drove more sales in my direction. So the goal of this is to help get you comfortable and confident enough making that call, overcoming those objections so that you can consistently close more deals. Now, the best part about this is that we're not going to force you to get into our program to be able to chat with this bot. We're actually going to leave you some phone numbers directly below this video. We're also going to provide you with 2 different call scripts. One for buyers, which follows LP Mama, which is location, price, motivation, agent, and appointment. And then for sellers, we're going to follow PL Mana, which is going to be the property facts. It's going to be the location. It's going to be the motivation and timeline. It's going to be the agent representation, all the numbers on their home that they're looking for, and then scheduling the appointment to get that lead to meet you in person. So with all that being said, I'm going to kick this back to you, Kelly, because I'm so excited to help agents get better and leverage these tools.
So that's it, guys. Look below in the description. Grab both of the Google Docs, one for the buyer, one for the seller. We're going to put a number down there and tell you exactly what to do and go play around with the bot. Go role play with the bot. Don't be afraid. And then come back and drop some comments below this video. Share, guys, do me a favor. Share this video with other agents on your Facebook page. Tell them to go try this out. It's absolutely amazing. And here's what I know. It's only going to make you better. All right, like always, make sure if you like this content, hit subscribe and the bell because we put this stuff out there for you, an agent to an agent, trying to help you to build those marketing muscles and ultimately to get you more closings. And guess what? Cash flow. And you can only get there if you are running a business that's solid, built on dynamics, and also conversions happen because you're learning the proper way. I don't care if you are part-time or full-time. Go check out that bot, start role playing, and see what happens in your confidence as you make these calls. All right, that's it for this video. We'll see you on the next video.